Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on this live broadcast. We are going to be talking about quite a sad story. Usually, the dream of so many Cameroonians, Africans, is to find themselves somewhere abroad, um, to search for greener pastures, so that they can better their lives and also better the lives of their families. But when it turns negative, or when it turns, or it becomes something that people have to grieve about, it becomes very, very sad because it's so unexpected. You don't go abroad to fend for your family, to fend for yourself, and come back as a corpse, especially at a very young age. Today, we are telling the story of a young Cameroonian woman who traveled to Germany a couple of years ago. And now the family members are talking about bringing her mortal remains back home. It's quite a sad one. That's why we decided to do this live stream today to get to know exactly what happened. Also hear from family members to talk about it. Also, given that I took this story, it's quite close to my heart because when I heard that a young girl has died, I couldn't be indifferent about it. Especially given that the family is not only mourning, but they also need Cameroonians to come together to see how to assist the family, especially during this very difficult time. I'm talking about the story of Emmanuella Lum Che. You probably must have seen her picture circulating on different social media platforms. She was just 40 at the time when she died, and she was residing in Bonn, in Germany, and she was found dead in her apartment. That was about 24 hours after she suddenly just went dead online. Like her family members couldn't get to her on phone. She wasn't responding to messages. And after constant like investigations, one of her friends had to come to her apartment, called on local authorities in Bonn, in Germany, and they found her body on the floor. And it's been a difficult time for the family. Police have investigated because initially they were worried that something might have happened. But I shouldn't go into a lot of details because we have someone here who is a family member. His name is Celestine Jumbe. He is joining us also from Germany to talk about exactly what happened. So it's going to be an honor for us to have him today, Mr. Njumbe. You are also called Bobby Braza. Thank you so much for coming to this program to tell us exactly what has happened to Emmanuella, but also tell us how exactly are you feeling at this point in time? How do you feel about this situation?
Thank you, Mimi, for the for your time and your kind words of encouragement. For standing there for us as a people. It's really, I can't say, I lack words to actually appreciate what you're doing for your community. Yeah, I am Celestine Jumbe. I am an uncle and elite of Mancon living here in Germany, also known as Bobby Brazo, a cultural artist. Yeah, when Manuela came over here, she was just 18. You can imagine. The family, it's a dream that a family will say, oh, at last we have somebody that we can depend on.
Mm.
She was really the backbone of the family. She tried to sustain the family at all difficult moments while struggling to build a life for herself. Family was at the top priority. You can imagine that a young girl at that age of 18 traveled west with virtually with nobody to give some sort of advice and all that. She has to face life.
Mm.
And she fought. As I'm talking to you right now, she did quite a lot for the family. That's why the family, the entire family, is mourning profusely. There is just no words to describe how the pains are. On the 24th of this May, because I myself, lately I was constantly on motion. I was in America. When I came back, I was also went to Finland for 1 or 2 shows. So on the 24th, I got a call that Gino one is dead. I couldn't believe. I immediately, unfortunately, I was now in Germany. So I drove immediately to Bonn, to her address, and it was sealed by the police, which I then also visited the police, and they explained the ordeal to me.
So what exactly happened? Because people are curious. I know that the police also issued a series of statements about her situation. But what was the cause? Maybe it could be something but was it natural, or is it really clear why and how she died?
For the moment, the autopsy result that the police handed it over to me said, and I quote, that the details of her death, cannot be analyzed in the autopsy report. That when I come to claim the corpse, they will then release the details of the autopsy report to me. So unfortunately, right now, we are just speculating, and all these speculations, I would not like them to go to the media. I would like them to be within the family, because up to this moment, only Mimi alone is the only person that has come up and is doing something for the family. A lot of people have gone on social media and they are saying 1 or 2 stories, which it's causing a lot of pain to the family. This is a moment that we need consolement. People should console us right now, especially as we are struggling to repatriate the corpse down to Cameroon.
Yeah, so for those who are watching, it's something that was quite unpredictable, and given that there was no major health, like some families could die maybe because they're suffering from cancer, and it was well known ahead of time that she had a health issue. But for the case of Emmanuella, that was not the situation, because she didn't have like an ailment. She was fine. She was talking to the sisters, communicating with the family members normally, and then suddenly she was not communicating anymore. So that's why there's a lot of suspicions about how she died. But like Mr. Njombe just said, we cannot speculate now, and it's something that is quite private, and the family members are quite sensitive about this particular aspect. So we would have to focus on what next, which brings me to the question about, you said that the German authorities are waiting for you to come and meet them so that they can really explain to you in details. So when are you going to do that, and what is the way forward now for her body? Because I see you also saying that you want the body to be taken back home, and there's also contributions going online. So what is the current situation at the moment when it comes to getting the body of Emmanuella out of Germany?
Right now, at this juncture, we have contacted a corpse recovery company. We know that here in Germany, the things are conducted. This is a bureaucratic country where a lot of these things are conducted. They have a structure. So we have a contact already with a deportation, a company that can repatriate the corpse. So the repatriation process will definitely start on Tuesday. How does it go? It need quite a lot of money, quite a lot of money. That's one of my plea. I'm begging, I'm really begging that if you every little coin will help the family. Now, some people have been reaching out to me asking questions. Why couldn't we save the stress and like do the burial here? And it's very difficult. She was a breadwinner to the family. And in the context of the Mancon people, somebody who has given so much to the family always deserves some respect at the end of his journey. She was just too young to die, even though nobody's too young to die because God alone determines our journey. The moment where she died was the best time that lives was just about to begin because she had a lot of plans. But unfortunately, the cold hands of death snap her. As we are talking right now, the mother has not eaten since the 24th of May till today.
So also probably her mother who is back home probably would want to see, like, it would be like some sort of closure for her because she's expecting to see the body. Like you were saying that many people have reached out questioning why the funeral is not being done here. That's also a very sensitive topic as well because some families believe that okay, if um, one of yours or your brother or your sister who is abroad dies, they can be buried abroad. But others really believe in that culture of bringing the body back home, and that is the wish of Emmanuella's family, particularly the sister and the mother who has breathed, including yourself and other family members, that her body should be taken back home. So how can people contribute? Is there like a medium for them? Even people who are back home, like Mr. Dume was saying, 100 francs because we've done contributions on MMI before, where people even chipped in 100, and before the end of the day, we're able to raise about 2 million for people. It's not, it doesn't matter how small it is. Not only people abroad should reach out, even people back home can also chip in something. So how can people contribute if they would want to help?
Yeah, for the moment, we did is just within the context of the Western world because it
Okay.
has to do with this transfer
Okay.
and all that. I think if we can now extend it from your advice down to Cameroon, we will definitely look for a Momo number that we can include in the GoFundMe.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So there's a GoFundMe link. Um, our technician would help us also display it on the screen, and in the comment section would also share that there so that people can contribute. We know that whenever Cameroonians want something, they achieve it. And it's only the will that can make the way. It's through the will that they can be a way. And I'm really, really hoping that Cameroonians can get to mobilize to assist the family. Is done very, very transparently, and there will be constant updates about the situation. And I just wanted to ask you again. I know, Mr. Dume, that is very difficult for the family at the moment. Mr. Njumbe, non Dumbe, that is a difficult situation for the family. But can I just know how the more mother and the sisters are feeling at the moment? How is the atmosphere like within the family at the moment?
Yes. If we can see the minds of humans through their dialogue, through their communication, I saw the mind of the mother when she was talking to me. I could feel how painful she was feeling when she realized that raising this amount of money might be difficult. She was wondering whether will I actually see the corpse of my daughter. There was one thing I promised her, that Cameroonians don't leave one of theirs outside. That every tree that leave Cameroon and try to plant it outside, whenever it falls, they bring it back to Cameroon. I've been living in Germany for a long time, which I have been an experience. I've got this experience. I've seen a lot of things like this. So I promised the mother that I know, trust my Cameroonian brothers and sisters. They don't leave their brother or sister to be buried like a dog. So
and that
Mama, those words alone gave that Mama a little bit of courage. The junior ones are so devastated because she was the only breadwinner of the family. She was the person paying the school fees to the siblings. The junior sister also has kids. She was the one paying the school fees, even helping them to to sustain life. We know how difficult life down there is. So
yes.
the family is actually so devastated. I lack words to describe how they are feeling at the moment, because the entire family is now under one roof, waiting every day to hear that, okay, the cops are coming down on this day. So I told them that unfortunately it has to take some time because we have to put money together before we can repatriate the cops.
So there's a lot of paperwork, not just money to repatriate the cops, but also a lot of paperwork involved. So do you kind of have the timeline of events, or are you just waiting to see how the contributions go before you decide what happens?
Yes, Mimi, we do. For example, I got tomorrow I will be retrieving the translated copy of the authorization from the translator. On Tuesday, I will have an appointment with the cops services by 4 p.m. So by Wednesday, the cops will definitely leave the police mortuary to an official mortuary, which is in Essen. So the cops will definitely leave on Bonn by Wednesday and will now be in Essen. There in Essen, we will be struggling to raise the money. Why are the cops still going to delay in Essen? Is because we don't have enough money. The first amount of money that is expected for us to pay upfront on a Tuesday is approximately 3,000 euros. And we know very well that circumstances like this, nobody plans for them.
Yes.
So when they take you unaware, you are forced to go beyond your powers, your expectation. You just do give your best. And I believe the few friends that have come up to this moment and with the family, we have been able to raise the 3,000 euros, which I will pay upfront on Tuesday. So eventually, if we should get the total amount of money requested or required to incur this cost, eventually, let me say by weekend, the cops might leave.
Okay, and hopefully that is going to be the case. We want to also extend gratitude to everyone that has contributed financially, morally, and even pray for the family to be able to go through these difficult times with strength, and also appreciate those who are seeing into it as they continue to assist the family in any way to ensure that Emmanuella's body eventually gets back to Cameroon. I don't know if you would have any final words before we say goodbye. I am hoping that I would meet you in Bonn when you come here. I'm hoping that that will be the case. But I don't know if you have any final words to those who are watching from across the world now.
Yes. My final plea is really a plea. I'm begging not only my Cameroonian brothers and sisters all around the world that these moments, nobody planned for them. It can knock your door as it has knocked our door today. I am begging, I'm really on my knees, begging that you people should help the family, should wipe the tears in our eyes, even though it will be temporary, because this loss can never ever be replenished. Yes. And my last word is I want to thank Mimi so much that standing up in moments like this, it's above somebody who went and won a trophy. This is a sign to indicate that the community, when grieving, she is there. When the community is happy, she is there. We, the family of our entire family, will always remain grateful to you, Mimi, and your crew.
No problem. And we wish you all the best. And we stay in touch. Thank you
Yes,
so much. And may God bless you and your family.
I appreciate it. We'll stay in touch. I will communicate you when we come to Bonn.
Certainly. Thank you so much for this courage, because it takes a lot of courage and strength to come and address the public, especially in these very difficult times. But it was necessary so that people can have an idea what happened and should know exactly what is happening at the moment and why there's fundraising going on. Because sometimes people will be asking, why should we contribute? Why should people give money? But this is enough reason for us to do that. And I also just wanted to say, like I was saying in the beginning, we all are hoping and looking for a brighter future for ourselves, our family members, our children, and everyone that we love around us. And we never know where it would end and where we will end up. And for the case of Emmanuella Lum Che, it's not ended in a very nice way. The family at the moment is grieving, and all they would need from us is their support. If it's not financial, it should be even spiritual. We can pray for the family. We can offer them psychological support, and just support them in whatever way we can. Again, Mr. Njumbe, thank you. Have a blessed Sunday. And we hope that this live stream can yield some positive fruits for you and your family. Talk to you again some other time. Bye.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.